guys, it's Marcel here with another Pro Play Games video. Today I'm going to look into the draft box meta deck update for Red Green Pan. So Red Green Pan got second place at the Orlando closed event recently, so I'm going to take a look at my own little take on it and see what it's going to look like in the future in the next upcoming format. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so this is my take on the new draft box updates for the Pan Red Green version. It's always been a solid leader. Pan just is that leader that tries to squeeze out as much value out of every battle card that it plays, and plays very tempo like, or tries to get a big combo near the end. But I like to play it as a more combo based and tempo style deck. So we're going to take a look at green red. At first we got our 4-star balls. This is for searching out of the deck with our familial bonds, purely for that aspect. Doesn't have any other synergy in the deck, but it's a 0+5k combo. It just comes out free from the deck with familial bonds. It's how we plus off of that card. So we try to get as much value as possible, like I said. And next we're gonna use our only overrun in the deck, Bardock Awakened Instincts. This is your overrun for 4, for 0 energy, draw 2, pitch 1. With your Pan leader effect, it'll make it go to a 25k single strike swing. And you draw 3 cards, then pitch 1. As long as you resolve the Pan auto before the Bardock auto. So drawing 3 and then pitching whatever you want to set up your familial bonds play is very powerful and pretty synergistic all around. Vegeta the Cruel, one of the best counterplay battle cards that exists right now. Kills a 4-drop or less on a counterplay, during auto speed, you're going to play the card during counterplay and then auto resolve after your opponent's resolves their autos, KOs their card, and then warps a card. Regardless of if you KO a card, you still warp a card, so it's really good for maintaining hand advantage in that sense, because you do draw a card on their turn when you play the Vegeta the Cruel, because you'll go to a 20k, triggering Pan's ability to draw a card. Very powerful. Fuse Zamasu, the is Wraith, a great new card in addition to the game for draft box meta. This card can see a lot of play, I feel like, if you know how to operate the cost manipulation there. He comes over 5 cost green battle cards, but the total cost can add up to 5. So if you have a 3-drop and a 2-drop or a 5-drop, those are all ways to get it into play faster. But he can't come out until turn 3, so make note of that. Double Shot Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta comes in to play at the end of battle after you combo with this card, either player's turn, and it'll trigger Pan's ability to draw a card whenever you play him comes into play. Very solid, always been very useful in Pan. Definitely a 4 of. Cut it down to 3 if you get too much 10k's in your hand, but I think 4 of is very important for this style of deck. Fearless Pan, 2 of is kind of like your finisher, like a Double Strike Champa. He has all red battle cards, 5k power and Double Strike, and it itself is a barrier blocker. So if you can't finish them off on that turn that you play this card, you can always use it as a blocker to negate one of their attacks pretty easily. And it's also a good familial bonds target from the drop area. So once you block with it and it's in the drop area again, next turn you'll be able to drive her straight back out with familial bonds and get extra value. Dignity Vegeta, one of the best cards right now for Pan. Self-awakening tool, pressure, because it becomes 25k dual attack for 3 energy, and it could be for 2 energy if you familial bonds it from the drop. So very powerful play. This is how you self-awaken in this deck. It's the only one. And there's little cute tricks we can show you later in this video. After image technique, your decent counter sparking negate. You can use it to early game to clear off little 10k or less power weenies on the board. If they're trying to evolve on top of it with Caulifla or Kales, you can minus some 10 power. It's not considered KO, so it does get around that effect. Very powerful sparking negate. Sparking negate, you can take it from life instead, as long as you have 5 cards in your drop area, so you can save energy in that respect. So it's a 0 cost card potentially. Very good. Super combo Son Goten, specifically this card because it's the only Saiyan red super combo that works with Pan. and it's potentially you can take it out of the drop area with familial bonds. So that's the only reason why he's there. You can play any other super combo, but for that specific exact interaction is why we play Sun Goten instead of any other super combo. Familial bonds, the core of the deck, pretty much was what made Pan skyrocket in popularity. Being able to summon 3-drop 15Ks for 2 instead of 3, huge difference. It's in there for well, that's why we run the 4-star balls, for the maximum value you can squeeze out of it. So infinite recursion from the drop area, and just perfect value with the 4-star balls. You just get those out of your deck and get solid value out of the entire interaction there. Denial of Hope, one of the best counter plays that they've invented since set 7. Because 20k power less is way better than 4 or less. Like, it hits way more cards in the game because of the power check in this game for sure. Nothing to really say there. You want to leave 2 energy open most of the time for this card, or Vegeta the Cruel. Either way, it's going to make your opponent have to think twice before what they play. Very important. Gallic Cannon, the new card from Draftbox. It's like a smaller version of, you know, Denial of Hope, but for 15Ks. It does not kill the card before it comes into play, so it will come into play, trigger its autos and all that stuff. And then you'll minus its power. So like, the card comes in 15k, it comes into play. Anything that happens when it comes to play will be triggered, but then the card's like stats go down to 0, so it dies. So he never gets to attack and all that stuff. But that's only for 1 energy. So if you're ever at the turn where you're awkwardly having to stay with 1 energy open instead of 2 for denial, you still have another counterplay available, and it's like a little mind game for your opponent. Like, they might not have they don't have Denial of Hope available, but they do have Gallic Cannon available. So it's just a mind game there. So the rest of the cards here are going to be green, red for your energy. So Brawly Demonic Origins here is a 2-drop. Whenever it comes into your energy, as long as you already have a green-red energy, it becomes untapped. Unlike Energy Exhaust, which keeps it in rest mode when you first play them. But the cool thing about this card is that you can actually play it in Pan for very, very decent value. When you play this for 2, it becomes a 20k, draw a card, and then they pitch a card from their hand. So, the perfect combo play here is going to be Vegeta the Cruel on their turn, wherever that comes in. So you Vegeta the Cruel them, and that's a 3-drop. They warp a card from their hand, so they lose a card, you draw a card. Next turn, you play your Brawly Demonic Origins, which draws you a card, and they pitch a card. And that's a 2-drop and a 3-drop. They're green. Boom, fuse Zamasu, sacrifice both of them, swing with Zamasu, they pitch another card. Pan is a hand attraction deck out of nowhere. I don't like this meta, it's crazy. I have no idea where this happened, but the value is definitely there. It's also a familial bonds target if you get in the drop area and you want to bring it back. But hand destruction isn't really the aim of it. It's more of you're trying to kill your opponent and you're ripping cards out of their hands, so it makes it easier for you to do. SS3 Scramble, Secret Rare. At reduction, just run a Secret Rare if it's possible. It'll just win you games regardless. Nothing really to explain about that. Just a rival. So you're already playing a red-green deck. Just slap this in there. It can win you games on turn 5 if you have it. Champa and Beerus, one of my favorite cards from the Draftbox meta. You're going to be able to pay 1 red after you have comboed a red and a green card in your combo area, and give a card double strike for the duration of the turn, which is very important to note, and also kill a 20k power or less battle card, which is why it's a little bit better than the Gogeta here, which can only KO 4 or less. The reason why I play more copies of Gogeta versus the Champa is because I only run 2 Champas normally in all the decks that I play, and it's not a double striker for itself. You cannot choose itself to give double strike to. So the Gogeta comes in and it pops a card, usually pretty easily, like it hits most cards in the game, and it is a double striker that gets Pan's buff. So it's a 25k double striker that KOs a card, and the most important part, the card is a 5-drop green battle card. Boom, Fusamasu kills it and summons himself, and you can attack again and pitch a card. Like, That's the synergy. There's so much synergy here with all the new draft box set. Like Zamasu is just actually very, very good. Beerus, the cute combo here with Beerus, Champa, you can Digging Deep, swing, 25k because your leader gave your Digging Deep 5k more. Combo, Arrival, give the Digging Deep double strike mid combo for the whole turn. That's pretty powerful. And you have another card to swing. That's pretty cool. And you just killed the card on the board. Very, very strong. I like the solid plays that are in the Pan deck that you just don't really notice until you play it. I think Pan is actually pretty solid of a deck, and it's a really good beginner level deck to get into. All the cards are very simple, they're straightforward, but there is expert level plays that you can pull off and execute in this deck. That's it for the deck. I don't really have a sideboard for this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.